What's up guys, Christian here, and today what I'm doing is I'm making a breakdown video of my Editor's Workshop episode 3 because it seems to be pretty well rated. There's a lot of good comments on it. So yesterday I was talking to Dion, Randy, and a couple other guys, and just I decided I'm going to make a breakdown video. Now I'm not going to go into After Effects and show you how I did all that stuff. But instead I'm going to actually watch the same video I uploaded and the same video Paperbat uploaded, and I'm going to show you guys things you may or may not have noticed. Now this is the raw file. This is the 720p without the YouTube robbing of the quality. So we're going to get started here, and it just has the AOXD Presents Editor's Workshop, and then it fades away and it fades to white. Now here's where, First off, you can see that there's particles floating in the air, but what you may not notice is that these are actually slowed down. These are actually in slow motion or more or less because of the slow-mo of the clip, and I added some twitch. And then boom, when it speeds up, you'll notice the particles speed up. If I kind of go back here, we can notice that whenever it gets going again, that the particles are actually slow, and then when a clip plays, they go faster. So that's one effect you may or may not have noticed. Another one is when he scopes in, the particles are not in the black area. If I do a quick pause here, you can see that there are no orange particles in this black area. I did this by masking out. I duplicated the particles layer and just made a elliptical mask around the scope and set it to subtract instead of add, and it made it to where it would only show up inside this area. So, and I did this for every quickscope. I'll see if I can pause it right here. You can see that they're all inside the scope, and then it gets going. I even pause it right here, and I made sure every time he quickscoped it. Okay, another thing right here, he's outside, right? And it's raining particles, but when he goes inside, the particles stop. You may or may not have noticed that either. Just because I didn't think it would be realistic if it was raining inside, because there obviously is a roof over these guys' heads. So, and then he just goes and he kills some people. I found a new motion blur plugin that I Love Pepso turned me onto, and it is really awesome. And just the not necessarily trademark, but the ritualistic reload, and then a nice quick scope with that guy shooting him in the butt. And then what I wanted to do here, there was nothing fancy about that whole area. It's just the clip itself. What was fancy about what I wanted to do at the end was I wanted it to immediately go into slow motion as soon as he died, and then slowly stop. But I never wanted him to fully hit the ground. Like, I wanted him to go and to see it stops right there. Oh, that's a bad part. Let's see. Okay, you can see he's falling and it stops right here, and then it twitches out. And that's what I wanted to do from the beginning, was just kind of in the same way that it twitches in, it twitches out. So let's go over here. We have the Editor's Workshop. It fades to white and then fades into the clip. So we have our particles here and some twitch, and also note, slow down, and they're only inside the scope. When the clip speeds up, the snow speeds up, and he's killing people. Then when he goes inside, the particles stop. What I wanted to do at first was I was actually gonna even try to put the particles outside. Like, whenever he was looking outside, I was thinking about even trying to put the particles outside, but that kind of fell through because that would have been days of motion tracking, and then only masking where the particle where it's only considered outside. And I decided to scrap the idea that the beginning particles was enough for that. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's really nothing else to it. Just wish Dion was a better shot with the Barrett. That's all I gotta say. I'm just kidding. Thank you, man, for these clips. And if y'all have any clips y'all want me to edit for another Editor's Workshop, it's got to be about 40 seconds long. The clip, it could be one life. Obviously it has to be one life, but it doesn't matter if you die at the end. If you do die at the end, make them after the clip, a couple seconds, like after you die. That way I can edit the ending too. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.